Okay, this is your water heater. Thermostat at your water heater is GFCI protected. It's a gas water heater. We have a drip leg for our gas piping. It vents to the exterior. It's a tankless water heater. Safety pans are not required on a lot of tankless water heaters. Okay. Now, Rheem recommends flushing your tankless water heater annually. Contact your plumber about that. That's this screen right in here, and that's the difference between this being a 5-year water heater or a 15-year water heater. Now, on a conventional water heater, yes, we ignore those quite often. We expect about 10 years of service out of a tank water heater. We still have faith in the product. You know, we should be flushing it. We could get 15 years out of a tank water heater, but most people don't do that. But a tank water heater is like a Ford Fiesta. And this is like a Lamborghini. And if you do not tune it up, it's just not going to last. If you do not have this thing flushed, it will not last for you. Speaking of lasting, right here, we do not have a care and use manual. Right here this is a high efficiency water heater. Okay, it creates condensate. Condensate is acidic. And so what happens is we have, for indoor applications, I believe you'll find that we're indoors. For indoor applications, the manufacturer says that you should have a condensate drain line attached to this. See what it says here. Refer to the installation manual. This water heater requires a special venting system. Requires the installation. Okay. You're supposed to have a condensate drain line. What happens if you don't have an acidic condensate drain line? It takes the water away from the water heater. It goes back inside the water heater, inside your heat exchanger, and eats it up, corrodes it. Alright? So we had what once was a 15-year water heater, and now it's a 5-year water heater without that condensate. It's a 5-year water heater if you do not flush it. Well, we're not through yet. Underneath here, you see this tape, that white tape? This is gas piping. This is not gas tape, that's water tape. Okay, that's water plumber's tape. You'll probably never have a problem with it, I get that. In fact, there's probably more pressure with water, but you're supposed to have, that's the wrong kind of tape on your gas connection. Alright, see this red tape right here? It says gas, gas. I don't know if you've changed your own spark plugs in your lawnmower or your car. They're pre-gapped, okay? But most professionals choose to check the gap on the spark plugs to make sure that your equipment's running properly. So this gas valve is set for most municipalities, the pressure that you would expect, but not for the individual gas pressure coming to the house. This tape should have been removed and a manometer put on here, and it dialed in specific to the pressure that's coming to the structure, and then a special cap would have been put on there. This tape tells me that they just bolted it up and went. Will it make hot water? Yes, it'll make hot water. Will it go? Yeah. Compared to a tank water heater, you're probably still going to save some money. But you're not going to save as much money as you paid for. It's not going to run like you paid for it. So these are some things. You want this adjusted. You want this cleaned after a year. It's been a year. This is on my client here. Alright? This is on the builder. This is on the builder. Now, this is your pressure relief valve. Alright? It's supposed to have an air gap in the same room with the water heater. Now, to put an air gap in here, it would require probably to install a safety pan that's not required, but the air gap is a requirement. So installing an air gap, the most economic, practical way would be to install a pan, and then you just take care of it. You know, business is business as usual. So we do not have an air gap. That's what we learned. We do not have an air gap for our pressure relief. We learned that we got the wrong kind of tape on our gas piping. We learned that our gas has not been dialed in. We learned that we do not have a care and use manual, and we do not have a condensate drain line.